So here we are at the Japanese gardens, obviously in Japan. And we're gonna do, we put up the super duper Hyperloops tutorial and then realized that we don't have a Hyperloops tutorial. So this is the Hyperloops tutorial. A Hyperloop. And the names, you know, different people have different names, but this is what I've come to call a Hyperloop. This is what I've decided to call a super duper Hyperloop. And this is what I will tentatively call an air wrap, but I might change my mind on some of this terminology. First thing it's good to know is we talked about how, say, a weave can be thought of as a winding, unwinding. It unwinds and winds up, and unwinds and winds up, and unwinds and winds up. If you wind far enough, something begins to twist. And then it untwists, and then it twists, and then it untwists. Let's do that again. So it twists up on one side, and it untwists on the other. Just because it's clockwise on one side, counterclockwise on the other. That's true whether you turn, or whether you just go from the outside to the inside of your arm. Same thing, it would twist up on that side, untwist on this side, because it's relative to the center of the spin, not to your body. So what happens in a Hyperloop is it begins to twist up just a little bit, and then it comes into the center, where the string is twisting, but nothing's really twisting up or untwisting. It's sort of neutral. So you go half twist, spins, and then it untwists on the other side. To get a feeling for this, a couple ways. One is you can do an air wrap where it hits like a V on the outside. So it starts to twist, swings to the inside, and it'll just untwist on the inside. It goes from that to that. So it goes like this, outside to inside. So it's good to have short poi, and you can try that a few times until you get it to untwist on the inside. And just, you'll have to mess around and hit yourself a lot. And then it'll start to work eventually. Especially if you just be patient and watch. That will be easiest if you can put your poi split time on a nice wall plane. If that's difficult and you're still gaining control, well, you know, it's worth a try, but this is where plane control will be very helpful. Good way to start doing Hyperloops is, let's see. First, say one poi, but first hold it. And imagine a hoop, okay, like a basketball hoop. With your right hand, go once, twice. So you do 2 loops. In the hoop, out of the hoop. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And make sure you're making nice circles. Then you put your poi like this, and you go 1, 2. So you use this hand to flip this one over, but let this hand lead. So this hand still is going to go 1, 2. 1, 2. Overcome your urge to go like that. That won't work for a Hyperloop. 1, 2. Make 2 nice circles. You can even go 1, 2, 3 if you want. So you do that a few times. Boop. Boop. And then you can try from here, you can go 1, 2. Get it spinning. Same thing, you just reach through that same hoop. And you go 1, 2. Same thing. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oops. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, I lied. I think in the beginning it's very good to make that nice second circle, but technically you can just turn and it'll come undone. So you mess with that for a while, and then you do the same thing, but instead of using your arm, you use the other poi. And you go 1, 2. 1, 2. And again, don't worry, at first it won't work a bunch, obviously. Just watch it not work. And the trick is to let this one lead and make sure this one follows. So you might have to mess around and make sure it sort of swings. Right? 1, 2. Played with that for a while. You do it from spinning 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And again, it can also be 1, 2, 3 and out. Right? Zoom, zoom, out. You can do a few of them. But if this one's leading, it'll work the easiest. It's really nice if you can do it from both sides. And you can just go from this side to this side, to this side, to this side. Or you can do 2. Or you can do 2. And then eventually you can start finding the balance point, which is where you can do super duper uber loops. You can also do ollies. I'm not actually all that good at ollies. Ollies is where you get it. And you, yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay, so that's an ollie. Or you're putting energy into it. But I always lose the fulcrum. I love doing that. Ollies are cool too. Right, so those are Hyperloops. Try to interact with all of the, with these tutorials through the website. It's great if you're watching these on YouTube, but come to Playpoi. Come to playpoi.com, and we have some surprises on playpoi.com. And it's just a better way to, interact with the videos and stuff. And also, you'll kind of get more of a funner relationship going with all of us. So. Okay, it's not Japan, this is still Poland. We're still in Wrocław in Poland, but it's Japanese gardens in Poland.